Hi, I'm Johnny B, and welcome to McKinney ISD Sports Talk as we take a look at softball and baseball. And we're going to focus on the McKinney Lions, and great to be joined by Alicia Crawford and Coach Jeremy Price. Coaches, welcome. You guys touched on something that I really didn't think about, so we'll start with you, Coach Crawford. How tough was it to get a rhythm this year with the snow coming late into the season?
Well, we got one tournament and one preseason game in. We didn't put our complete team on the field until the second game of district, with Chrissy Fontius being in basketball and then making the playoffs, and Alexis Pashesky being hurt the entire preseason. We were 2 games into district before we were able to put our actual starting lineup on the field, so it was tough.
How, for a coach, so how long when that happens does it take? You have some preseason expectations, but how tough was it to really try to evaluate that team in such a short time?
It's hard. Obviously we're a very young team this year, starting several freshmen, and it's difficult for them to get in a rhythm when they're having to play out of position to fill spots of people who we know are coming. So it was difficult.
When you take a look at a young team, and then you have that district where you have a Lovejoy sitting at 17-0 and North and that kind of competition, what were your expectations, and how has your team adapted to everything?
Well, I expected us to compete, and we did that with Lovejoy and North and Wiley, and all 3 of those teams are very tough. And it's hard when you're going from not getting to play, and then you jump in there and the first game you play is Denison at home, which helped us out a little bit, but then on the road at Wiley, that's tough.
When you go down the home stretch now and these freshmen get a little bit more experience and you look towards next year, what would you like to see? How would you like to, some things you want to concentrate on season's end?
Well, I would like for our freshmen, we had some issues with having to move people around, and I would like to be able to put them in a position and say, this is what I would like for you to focus on for next year. Not even just the simple, let's switch middle infield spots, but switching from right field to third base and things like that really took a toll this year.
Thank you. Taking a look at baseball, Coach Price, you brought up something very interesting about the weather, of how many games you had hoped to get in before district. Did that play havoc with your schedule?
Absolutely. As Coach Crawford said, we utilize those games early in the year, tournament games, to juggle lineups and look and see what's going to work, what doesn't work. And as I mentioned earlier to you, we were supposed to have played 16 games prior to district, and we got in 6 of those. And so losing 10 games in there, it really kind of sped up the process, and you still went into district with some unknowns, and we had to kind of find some answers along the way.
Come off a tough crosstown showdown loss. Great pitchers though, but you lose that one 2-1. Still very much in the hunt, and with Prosper and Lovejoy coming up, as you said tonight, Denison and North playing, kind of watching that game as you go forward in this week and winding up your season?
Yeah, absolutely. We're sitting in a position right now. You've got 4 teams fighting for 3 spots. Prosper's kind of run away from everybody, and there's 4 teams that have a shot going into this final week. So every game's critical, and we talk about that from the first week to the last week, that it could come down to one game, and it will. It'll come down to Friday night. When we play Lovejoy, somebody will be in and somebody will be out.
Offensively and defensively, what have you liked about your club and what they've done? What do you think you need to do strong down the home stretch?
I'll tell you, I've been very, very pleased with our perseverance. We're 8-4 in district right now, and of those 8 wins, 4 or 5 of those have been comeback wins. We've been behind at some point in the game, and so a lot of senior leadership there, and we've pitched well in some games. We haven't pitched well in other games, and so moving forward, we just keep talking about consistency. Can we pitch well? Can we play defense well? And can we do what offensively we need to do to give ourselves a chance?
Sounds like it's going to be an exciting home stretch where, as you said, when every game's critical, your seniors, your underclassmen know that it's do or die. So not a lot of preaching. It's pretty much going out and playing baseball.
It is, and that's what the game's about, is performance, and that's what we preach every day.
Coaches, thank you so much. McKinney ISD Sports Talk, that's our look at the Lions, the Broncos, and the Bulldogs still to come.